Hello, 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 and welcome back. A little bit later than I expected, both in terms of the day I'm actually streaming and the time of the day I'm actually streaming. 'Cause holy shit, you may notice right off the bat, I added the subscription box for anybody who may or may not want to add some extra support. I'm gonna put some wacky titles there in the future. So, be ready for that, I guess. Of course, as I always just want to say whenever the topic of, like, money comes up, this type of stuff, I do this shit for the love of the game. I do this for fun. Please, just because I have, just because you have the ability to subscribe to me now, please don't feel like you have to or anything like that. I'm doing financially fine. I don't need your money. So don't feel like you need to give it to me, please. You know? Anyways, on to my story about the stupid ass Twitch shit. So, to get monetization on Twitch, right, you have to, like, get two-factor authentication, which is fine, you know, normal stuff, except two-factor authentication breaks your fucking OBS. Like, oh my god, it breaks the goddamn OBS. So, cool, I fix OBS, and then I accidentally click a setting that takes me 40 minutes to figure out what's going on and why I can't stream because I accidentally clicked this setting. Apparently, if you click enhanced broadcast settings or whatever in your OBS, you can't stream. You just can't. It breaks your stream. Which, I don't know why enhanced shit breaks your stream, but apparently it does. And then I spent 40 minutes trying to figure out what I pressed, because I wasn't thinking when I pressed it. I was just like, oh, enhanced stream? Sure, sounds like fun. I love enhancing things. And my OBS, it breaks. It just breaks. And I can't figure it out. And I'm scrolling through forums trying to figure it out. I do like the auto wizard whatever thing on OBS, I think I said just OBS, and it doesn't change it. You know, you'd figure it would catch it if that shit breaks OBS, but apparently not. Anyways, yeah, that's my story on why OBS fucking sucks and I hate it. Anyways, my excuses now for not streaming for a week, even though I said I was going to, I'm gonna be so for real. I just got really absorbed in a book I was reading, and I came home from work every night, and I was like, tonight's the night, and it will happen again. And no, it's like, tonight's the night, I'm gonna stream, I'm gonna play Donkey Kong, we're gonna have a lot of fun. And then I was like, oh, but I want to read my book, man, I want to read my book. So I read my book instead of streaming. Fantastic first stream to start the option of monetization on, huh? Like, I disappeared for a week because I want to read my book. It's called The Magic Strings of Frankie Presto, by the way. Please read it. It's a fucking banger, especially if you're like me and enjoy stuff that's about music history. It's like a historic fiction. Really cool. Anyways, Pokemon. We love Pokemon. Apparently I love Pokemon too much because it's like all I've been doing for the past 3 streams. But whatever. That just means I'm a true Pokemon fan because I love Pokemon so much I don't play the games. So let's see here. Oh, hey, we're right back in it. Fantastic. Try to center it a little better. Okay. There we go. And now I need to get my music up and running. Not now. Which, speaking of, like, just while I'm thinking about it, the Gen 2 ranking video popped off for some reason, and I couldn't tell you why. it popped off. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know how it happened the way it did, but it got like nearly 100 views when I averaged less than 10 on every other video. So I don't know. Humble brag, I guess. Humble brag. I guess I just had a good thumbnail, or people were just tuning in for Pokemon content for some reason. What's a good... Is there just like a Gen 4 mix? Let's see. Best of Pokemon Generation 4 music. Gen 4-5. Okay, that ought to be best. Pokemon music for relaxing / studying by Gen 4-5 by Lo-Fi Lagoon. Not usually a Lo-Fi Lagooner. I'm more of a Twin Leaf Lullaby fan. They're the goats. But we will do some Lo-Fi Lagoon here. So, on to the ranking. Turtwig. Solid starter Pokemon. I think Turtwig is like the only starter Pokemon in the series to have ever been used by a gym leader. Specifically, Gardenia. Actually, that's not true, right? Because, well, do champions count as gym leaders? Because Blue and how? I'm gonna say champions don't count because that's your rival, and obviously, like, I view Blue as a rival more than I view Blue as a champion. So, I will say Turtwig is the only one. I'm pretty sure Turtwig's the only one. So where does Turtwig rank? I'd say around the A tier. Definitely a cute little guy. There's not a thought behind his head in this image. I can tell you that much. Bulbasaur's here. I think Turtwig's better than Bulbasaur, so I'm just gonna like slap it above Gligar and call it a day. Lapras is an elegant creature, so I will put Lapras down there. Also, I got to what's it called? Orange Islands in the Pokemon anime recently, so I'm fucking with Lapras right now. Not in that way, though, you disgusting creatures! Why did... I can't believe you would think about that. Grovyle. That fucking Instagram account I hate said that Grovyle is like one of the best middle starters. And I'm like, are we talking about the same middle starters here? Grovyle's not one of the best. Best is Ivysaur, hands down. The rest can be, I don't know, grouped together. Middle starters kind of suck. But Grovyle, or am I calling him Grovyle? It's because he has a similar... Grovyle is the GOAT. Don't get it twisted. Grovyle is a good middle starter. Grottle. This guy is Grottle. I don't know why they did, like, back-to-back grass starters that start with Graw. Like, that is just a recipe for confusion right there. But Grottle, he's kind of fugly. Like, he looks more like an armadillo than a turtle to me. Nobody's talking about it. I'll put him no, I think Bayleaf's better. I'm gonna put him, like, above Ursaring, I guess. Torterra, though. Torterra is really cool. I love Torterra. The idea of just, like, the world turtle, and he's just, like, carrying this big old tree on his back. It's cool. Torterra's just got such a striking design, and I love him for it. So he definitely gets to to go up here somewhere. Let's see. Is he better than Sceptile? I think the answer is yes. Is he better than Zard? I think the answer is yes. Is he better than Feraligatr? I think the answer is yes. Is he better than Ivysaur? Ivysaur was pretty funny in Smash. I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm gonna put him below Torchic. I think I'm gonna put him below Torchic. Because Torchic has nostalgia bias going for it, which Torterra does not. Because I did not play Gen 4 when I was a kid. My childhood relationship to Pokemon was just weird. Because like I played more spin-offs than I played mainline games. Just because I didn't have like the consoles. I didn't have portable consoles. My parents bought the home consoles and they were like, well, there's your console. You're not getting a portable console. And that was just kind of how it was, you know? So I played like the stuff that was on the Wii. The very few games that were on the Wii. Chimchar! What do I think about Chimchar? I think he's definitely a monkey that's on fire and in my bathroom. Stinking up the place. I'm gonna be so for real. This is gonna get people heated. Haha, funny fire type joke. I've never been a fan of the Infernape line. Like, it's already stepping on firefighting, which Blaziken did a billion times better. But I just don't like monkeys. I just am not a fan of monkeys. I'm just not a fan. Primate's really the only one I like. And a Ranguru's alright too. So I'm gonna, in a shocking turn of events, Chimchar is going to rank lower than Chikorita. Just crazy work, I can't lie. And then Monferno. As far as middle evolutions go, I actually do think Monferno is pretty decent. You know, I like that there's actually like kind of improvement there. He doesn't look as fugly as most middle starters, so I guess I gotta put him above Bayleaf and Grottle. I'll put him below Snorunt. Then Infernape. Okay. Infernape's cool. I mean, as much as I didn't really like this line as a kid, and still don't really care for this line, it's hard to deny that Infernape is at least cool. Like, the concept's cool, it's Sun Wukong. He's a fire monkey. That's really all I got beyond that. He's cool, he's cool. The problem is, Blaziken exists, and Blaziken's better. I'm a Blaziken truther for life, baby. You can't make me say shit about my boy. Blaziken's the GOAT. So, for being worse Blaziken, Infernape can perish in A tier. Alongside, Typhlosion, I guess. No, I feel more towards Typhlosion than Infernape. I feel about there. Actually, Infernape can be the new GOAT of B tier. That's fair. I think that's more than fair. Piplup! Dawn's Piplup? Anyone? Dawn's Piplup is probably like the most influential companion Pokemon since Misty's Psyduck for me. Maybe it's just because I played Pokepark 2 and like the entire goal of that game was getting Piplup back from Darkrai. So maybe that's biased. Crazy how like two of the most major characters in Pokepark 2 were from Gen 4 when Pokepark 2 is that kind of notoriously the Gen 5 game. But that's a discussion for the next video, the next episode, the next stream, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, Piplup's cool. Pokepark bias means up here somewhere. So, let's see where the other Pokepark bias lies. Where are some other Pokeparkers at? I don't see any. Well, there's some in S, but Piplup doesn't go that far. Let's be for real. Piplup's not making it past Torchic. Or Mudkip for that matter. Or Trico. Yeah, I think down here is good. Maybe below Cradily. You know what? Below Snorlax. Below Snorlax, above Ludicolo. Then Prinplup. Fugly ass middle stage. It's just a penguin, guys. It reminds me of the penguins from Mario. Hold on. Live research time. Oh, I've already been on the tab. These guys, these fellas, low poly model and all, the Cooligan is the GOAT in the sense that he's, I don't know, in like one level in New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Prinplup, on the other hand, he's not the GOAT. So I'm gonna put him like down here. Actually, I'm gonna put him with Charmeleon. Fuck it. I really, like, I'm looking at it, and it's like I can at least say something nice about Monferno and Bayleaf and Grottle, I guess. I'm not. I just don't. No. I like Prinplup more than Grottle, but not by much. Empoleon, though, I like Empoleon. It's just a cool Emperor Penguin. It's a Steel type. It also helps that Empoleon is one of my friend's favorite Pokemon. So I at least like I've got friendship bias here. So I'm gonna put him up in the GOAT tier with some of these other GOAT starters. You know, I don't think he's as good as like some of these other ones like Sceptile or Zard or Feraligatr or Torterra. But he's definitely GOAT status in terms of starters. I'm gonna put him above Fearow, below Pichu, because Pichu was funny in Smash, and apparently being funny in Smash takes you a long way, which is why Lucario is not gonna go a long way. Spoiler alert. I forgot I made the At the Diddy Party tier. Starly. Sure is a bird. Guys, I love ranking birds. Birds are my favorite animal. That's why I love Pokemon and getting all the fuck-ass Route 1 birds. Let's go. It's not as good as Hoot Hoot. That's for sure. Put it there, below Dugong, because at least Dugong has a horn. Starly's just a bird. Staravia. I don't like the hair. He just looks weird. I do not like the hair on Staravia, the Cindy Lou Who hair. Hold on, let me Cindy Lou Who. Let's take a little look. See, that is not the hair she had. That is not the hair she. Is it the hair she? There it is. The hair in the Grinch, in the Grinch movie. Do we see it here? Do we see that? I see it. Anyways, Cindy Lou Who ass bird goes in B tier probably. Actually, you know what? I'm feeling mean. I'm putting it in C. Fuck the Cindy Lou Who bird. Oh, Swellow's down here or Taylor's down here. Yeah. Fuck the Cindy Lou Who ass bird. It's definitely worse than Pidgeotto. But I didn't want to bump anybody up a lot because of, but like after having watched the anime, more of the anime, Pidgeotto's kind of the GOAT. I'm bumping Pidgeotto up just because of the anime. Impromptu Gen 1 re-ranking Pidgeotto is now the GOAT. Pidgeotto is now GOAT status because of Gen 1. Or because of the anime. Staraptor. Okay. Live research because I can't think off the top of my head. Okay, I was right. It is normal flying. Why the fuck do people like it so much? Does it just have like a goated moveset? Hold on, let me... More live research. More live research. Why is Staraptor so good? 120 attack. Okay, that explains it. Because I know Staraptor's on like everybody's Gen 4 team. It's one of the Gen 4 guys that's just on everybody's team. Empoleon was the starter that everybody chooses, just by the way. You know, Big Infernape will try to make you think it's Infernape, but Empoleon's so much better because Ice-type moves during Cynthia fight. Yeah. I don't know why this thing is not fighting type. Anyways, never been enamored with it. Maybe it's because I have yet to do like a full-on Gen 4 run. I know. I'm a fake fan for not having played Gen 4. So maybe it'll be better if I actually do like a full-on Platinum run, but it, as of now, man, Staraptor leaves a little to be desired, you know? It's cool. I like the idea. It's like a punk bird. Like a Japanese punk with a pompadour, you know? That being said, it's, it could have been fighting. It could have been fighting flying. That would have been a much better way to kind of, shake it up. The other normal flying birds. Still like A tier though, because at least I can say stuff about its design, you know? It's at least somewhat cool in that sense. Put it above Zangoose, below Dunsparce for slander. B-Barrel, or Bidoof and B-Barrel. I'm gonna be so for real. The Bidoof jokes have never been funny to me. They just never really have. I don't like the Bidoof is God jokes. Like, yeah, cool. It's an HM slave. There's an HM slave in every game, little bro. I'm not calling Zigzagoon God just because I played Gen 3 instead of Gen 4. I don't fuck with Bidoof. Never have. I think it's because of the unfunny band kids trying to pretend that Bidoof is like the most powerful Pokemon ever. That's probably affected my ranking a lot, but you know what? If unfunny band kids are gonna ruin stuff, then they're just gonna ruin stuff, and that's just how it is, you know? Like, it's just how it goes. I can't believe I'm complaining about unfunny band kids after putting fucking Regirock in S+ because of the cunty Regirock with a handbag meme. And putting the wall in S+ because of the wall meme. Oh my god. And then B-Barrel, not much better. As a matter of fact, fuck B-Barrel. It took me forever to get this EX card in TCG Pocket during Spacetime Smackdown. Fuck this guy. I hate B-Barrel. Get him out of here. This card took entirely too long for me to get. Get him fucking out of here, dude. Slice and dice him. Kricketot and Kricketsoon. Kricketot. I don't know, I like him. He's just a small little bug guy, you know, in his little vest, in his little parka. I mess with his vibes. Where's some other guys I mess with their vibes at? Spinarak. Most comparable to like Spinarak, Kabuto, Swinub in this area. I think I mess with his vibes more than Swinub, less than Kabuto. Because Kabuto, I mess with Kabuto. It's probably just Kabutops bias. Where did I put Kabutops? I put him somewhere up here, right? Yeah, okay, perfect. I fuck heavy with Kabutops. But Kricketsoon! We gotta do it. Cricketune mentioned, therefore. Cricketune, cry. Let's do it. Shut up for it, walk. It's such a good cry. Hold on, I want to see the Legends. Legends Arceus. I want to see the Legends Arceus. Here we go. Perfect. This is the moment where Legends Arceus became like a perfect game for me. Oh, it's not a perfect game. I actually like Scarlet Violet more. Oh, I love the cry. I love it. I love the updated cry. The siren goes crazy. It goes crazy. It goes insano mode. We love Cricketune cry. And therefore Cricketune equals in S tier because funny. I put Mag Cargo in S, so I may as well. I don't know why I said that like I'm being mean to Mag Cargo. I love Mag Cargo. Man, fuck you, Cricketune. Cricketune made me be mean to Mag Cargo. I'm putting it below Slugma. Fuck you. Man, I'm just schizo tonight. I'm brain rotted. A lot of FUs being dropped. It's a good thing this isn't a family-friendly channel, am I right? Shanks! I've never liked Shanks, I'm gonna be for real. Shanks and Luxio, specifically, I don't like because they look like they're wearing pants. And they're wearing pants in a way that makes me uncomfortable, and I don't like it. I'm not a fan. I'm gonna give. Also, I don't like the way Shank's ears look. It's got like mouse ears on a dog body. I don't know what's going on with it. This is another very controversial placement for sure. But Shanks is not all that. Shanks is not all that. I'm gonna put it below Staryu with Bidoof. Luxio. Luxio's a little better. Putting the black on the head is at least balancing out the goofiness of the black just being like pants. So I'll give it a solid B above right on. And then Luxray. Ooh, Luxray. Luxray. Luxray is another. Oh, I lost Luxray. Luxray is another one of the like Gen 4 goats, right? But I don't know. Are Gen 4's goats boring? Question mark? That's the title of the YouTube video. Are the Gen 4 goats boring? They're not that boring. They're just like, I don't know. It's probably just because I haven't played Gen 4. I need to do like a platinum run. That's a good stream. My first time playing Pokemon Platinum. I'll put Luxray above Camerupt. I do like Luxray. I like that they're balancing the black a bit better. I like that the black fur on the back doesn't just look like pants. I like the spikiness. Luxray's cool. I do mess with Luxray. Anyways, Badoo. Badoo is just unnecessary, man. Like, Roselia was fine being a start. I just really don't like the concept of baby Pokemon. I just don't. Therefore, Badoo equals bad. The fact that they're still doing baby Pokemon in Gen 4 is nutty to me. It was nutty then, it still is nutty now, and I'm so glad that baby Pokemon as a concept is just dead now. Because we do not need them at all. Like, they serve zero purpose. Roserade's cool though. I really like Roserade. I like the mask. It's like a little matador creature, flower thing. I mess with Roserade a lot. I'm gonna put it above Machamp because I quite like Roserade quite a bit. Then Craniados. Oh, Craniados. It's just a wee lad, just a wee dinosaur lad who is, I don't know. It sure is a dinosaur, I guess. I don't know what to say beyond that. It's not very, not particularly enrapturing for me. I'm not a huge Craniados fan. I think it is the only fossil Pokemon to be used in a gym battle, though. I may be lying, though. I'm much less confident than I am on the Turtwig claim. And confidence is key, so not being confident means it goes below Donphan, because Donphan's super confident. Then Rampardos, major glow up alert. I love Rampardos. Like the skull looking way more like a helmet as opposed to just weird markings on the head really makes it work. It's so much spikier. I like Rampardos a lot. I'm gonna give him a good old A+. A good old A+. Not my favorite fossil, but he's for sure up there. Then Shieldon. He's kind of just like Granidos, where it's just like, man, I sure wish this dinosaur got bigger, you know? I want to put him a little bit above, because I like Shieldon a little bit more than Granidos, I guess. But Bastiodon did get bigger, and guess what? He was in Pokepark too, and Rampardos wasn't. So fuck you, Rampardos. Bastiodon's better. I'm gonna put him below Smeargle though. I'm gonna put him below Moltres though. He's just cool, you know. I like the idea of like a big old fortress on this dinosaur Triceratops creature. I know it's not a Triceratops. I don't know what dinosaur Bastiodon's supposed to be. I'm a big dinosaur fan. What dinosaur is Bastiodon? A Ceratopsian. Never would have gotten that in a million years. It's a cool Ceratopsian though. Burmy. Am I gonna rank the separate Burmies? I think they're counted. Or wait, no they're not. I don't think they're counted as separate in the decks. Okay, I'm not ranking those separate Burmies, fuck it. I'm gonna do Grass Burmy, and then I'm gonna do Grass Wormadam, because I don't care that much. Grass Burmy is in Pokepark too, but also I don't care because it's Burmy, so bad tier. It's like Pineco, but slightly worse. I don't know. It's just like a little ball wrapped in leaves. Cool, I guess. Wormadam is also like a slightly bigger Christmas ornament. Cool, I guess. Still a C tier. Put it like there. Then Mothim. Everybody talks about Finian being the most forgotten Pokemon in Gen 4. I forgot what gen we were on. In Gen 4. But Mothim? Who the fuck remembers Mothim, bro? It evolves from Burmy, but Wormadam looks way more like Burmy, so it makes more. Maybe if Wormadam was like the middle stage, but no, it's a split evolution. So like I genuinely don't know who remembers Mothim, because I don't. I never do. fuck Motham. Get him out of here. I'll put him up here though, because at least he's got some design going on more than Burmy and Wormadam. Put him like, I don't know, by... Oh no, he doesn't go that high. Above Whismer, I guess. That works. Combi! Man. It's a universal experience to get a Combi and then realize it's male and be like, well damn, I guess I'm not gonna get a Vespiquen. So, truly the Nuzlocke something, or the Nuzlocke annoyance, because if you get a male Combi, then you're just like, well, that's a useless ass Pokemon now. I really wish there was like a male alternative for Vespiquen that Combi could evolve into, so that male Combis aren't totally useless. That being said, I also kind of like the idea of a Pokemon that's just fucking useless unless it's a specific gender. Kind of reminds me of Snorunt, but we'll get to that later. It's not. I guess Snorunt's not completely useless. Claylee's alright. Anyways, besides just the like cool evolution concept, Combi is at least like an interesting idea for a Pokemon. It's a honey hive bee. It's a bee stuck in its comb in its honey hive. I like that. I like that idea. It's an interesting idea. So I'll put it above Mankey. And then Vespiquen. Vespiquen can go up into A+. Because again, I really like its idea. I really like its concept. I like the idea that it like shoots Combis out of the bottom of it, like the bee gun from Terraria. That's probably not how it actually works, but I like Terraria, therefore... As a matter, that's probably why it's getting ranked so high, is because it pretty much just is the Pokemon version of the Queen Bee. I know Pokemon Diamond and Pearl came out before Terraria, but don't care, didn't ask. Put it like up here. Like right there. Then Pachirisu. Truly one of the Pikachu clones of all time. It's kind of funny to use in TCG Pocket, I guess, so points for that, question mark? I'll put it, I don't know. I'll put Plusle and Minun pretty high, but Pachirisu's definitely not Plusle and Minun tier, because I like their concept a lot. I'll put it down here with the actual Pikachu, crazily enough. I'll put it above Octillery, I guess. I don't know. What do you have, but what can you possibly say about Pachirisu? Like, it sure is an electric squirrel. Would have been cool if they invented the idea of the Pika clones having an alternate type in Gen 4 instead of Gen 5, but oh well. Then Dweezil and Floatzel in contention for Gen 4 goats. I've seen a lot of people say that Dweezil and Floatzel are in the goats, but on paper you should have Empoleon, so that's water coverage, and then Gastrodon's just better because of the ground typing. So I don't know. I think Floatzel might be on Fraud Watch. Anyways, Weasel's alright. It can go in B for Weasel. No, it can go above Delcatty. I hate this feeling. I feel like I have to sneeze, but it's not coming. Okay, I think it's gonna whip. Floatzel now. Floatzel is... I mean, he's alright. He's just kind of a bigger Buizel. This is definitely a Pokemon that could probably do with a third evolution. Maybe. Actually, I take that back. I don't think it can do with a third evolution. Just, I don't know what it can do with. But Floatzel is just kind of a bigger Buizel. It doesn't change much, besides, like, standing up, I guess. Oh, mentioning standing up, every Pokemon fan is terrified now. Anyways, can go there, I guess. Thank you, Floatzel, for existing, I suppose. Oh my god, guys, it's Pokemon number 420! Oh my god, I can't believe number 420 was a grass type, guys. This has to be, this has to be some major revelation. It can't just be a coincidence, right, guys? It's gotta be a wee joke. Anyways, besides the wee joke, Cherubi just kinda sucks, bro. Like, cool, it has a second head. Weezing did it in Generation 1, bro. Don't care. Dodrio did it in Generation 1, bro. I don't know. It's just like a cherry, I guess. It's kind of a cute cherry, though, so I'll put it below Sunflora. Because I like sunflowers more than cherries. You know, the sunflowers are, like, required in a Plants vs. Zombies run, whereas the cherry bomb, you know, you can kind of take it out in favor of, like, the jalapeno. Cherubi. It has an interesting gimmick, I guess. Too bad that gimmick you will never get any good use out of, because Cherubi A, fucking sucks, and B, just manipulating the weather. If you're gonna manipulate the weather with, like, Torkoal or something, just throw in a fire type, bro. Just throw in another fire type, bro. Throw in Groudon. Cherubi, though. Or is this Cherim and the other one's Cherubi? I don't even know. They're both cherries. I don't care, man. It can go down here below Tropius. It sure is a cherry, I guess. Shellos and Gastrodon. I'm gonna rank the blue one because I'm sexist and hate the color pink. Just kidding. I just like blue and green. Anyways, Shellos is alright. I like it. It's definitely got stuff going on, you know. I do also like the idea that it comes in alternate colors. I think more Pokemon should come in, like, alternate colors beyond shiny and normal. You know what I mean? I think that'd be a cool concept to continue on with. Shellos can go up in, like, the, I guess, above Poliwhirl. It's just a little slug guy. That's all he needs to be. Gastrodon, however, I love Gastrodon. There is not a thought between those eyes. Which, curiously, is that a third eye? I've never known if that's a third eye or if that's just some, like, design element. Either way, I mess with Gastrodon pretty heavy. He's cool. Go above Grimer. Also, Water Ground is just a goated type. It really just is. Sorry I'm sniffling so much. I wasn't feeling sniffly before starting stream, and it's just kind of just hit me. I don't know what's going on. Ambipom, the second, I think, of many added evolutions. Some of which good, some of which bad. Ambipom may or may not be on the bad side. But to be fair, it's evolving from a Pokemon that wasn't very good in the first place, so I suppose it was to be expected. That being said, it's a good idea for an napalm evolution. Just give it an extra hand. It's good enough for me. Better or worse than dead Corsola. Drifloon. I think we all know where Drifloon has to go. That being said, Drifloon. I like Drifloon. It's a cool idea for like a ghost balloon Pokemon that tries to drag off the souls of children. Which that's why it's doing it. It wasn't at the Diddy party, it's just a little hungy, you know? And babies are rich in cholesterol and they're the other white meat, like Fat Bastard from Austin Powers said. Drifloon's a good concept, so I'm gonna put it in above Zigzagoon. Then Drifblim. I like Drifblim a lot. There's something about it that just works for me. I couldn't describe why it just works, but it just works. Maybe it's because Ghost type, therefore. I've always been a big Ghost fan, and Drifblim is no different. Therefore, up here. Buneary. I agree with Alpharad's assessment of Buneary in that it is shaveable, and that if given the opportunity and a pair of shears, or actually an electric razor might be better, I would just like go to town on it and just shear it clean. Lopunny too. Besides that, Buneary is just like a cute little bunny rabbit. I like bunny rabbits. They're alright. Put it above Spinda. And then Lopunny. Again, times like these, I wish I had a face cam so I could look into it disappointedly. I really need to set it up. Set one up. Anyways, Lopunny sure is a Pokemon of all time. And crazy... Where'd it go? I lost Lopunny. Crazily enough, I'm gonna say something that no other man has dared say before without fear of being called a gooner. And it's that I actually like Lopunny. You know, it's not my favorite Pokemon or anything, but I like the concept, you know, it's just a bunny rabbit that kicks stuff. I mess with it. I mean, look. I am gonna say it. I will say the words. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put it like up here. No. Yeah, I'm gonna put it above Vaporeon just for some ungodly reason. I am gonna say the words. Vaporeon was meant, or not Vaporeon. God, I nearly fucking. Woo! I was still thinking about Vaporeon because I was just talking about Vaporeon. Lopunny is meant to like. I'm 90% sure I read somewhere that Lopunny is supposed to like be a reference to Playboy bunnies. Why they put a reference to Playboy bunnies in a Pokemon game, the world may never know. But it sure is a reference, I guess. I'm honestly just talking myself into putting it lower. But wait, actually, Lopunny dancing in Pokepark 2. That sounds really bad given the context of the previous sentences, but it was like a Just Dance minigame in Pokepark 2 where you had to like dance with Lopunny. It was awesome. That was the best minigame in that game, bro. I love Dance with Lopunny. Lopunny stocks are up right now. We love Dance with Lopunny. It's going to the moon. I'm putting it above Mad Cargo because I love dancing with Lopunny. It's so much fun. I'm low-key gonna boot up Pokepark 2 after this stream is over and do that. I wish I could stream Pokepark 2 with me, like actually dancing. That would be so much fun. I could do the dances, the Lopunny dancing IRL. Miss Magius. Mischievous was definitely a Pokemon that really needed an evolution, and I'm glad Miss Magius finally gave it one, and it works really well. I like it a lot. It's like a little witch ghost creature. I just vibe with it. I like it a lot. Another ghost type therefore moment, but I don't care. I like ghost types, okay? I have a type, and it's ghost. I can't justifiably put it above Meowth, though. It's gotta go below Meowth. And then Honchkrow, another one I really like. Murkrow was another Gen 2 Pokemon that was really hurting for an evolution. And Honchkrow provided well. I like the idea that this is like the head honcho, the big boss of all the Murkrows, you know? I like it. I like him. I've also got a plush of him, so that helps. His plush isn't that great, but it's serviceable. It's a serviceable plush. Let me tell you, I ordered some Gen 7 plushies and they got here. Holy shit, the quality of the Gen 7 plushies compared to like the Gen 5 plushies, or even the Gen 6 plushies. Holy moly. God damn, they've dropped. Like, I'm gonna place Honchkrow real quick before I go on my diatribe about plushies. So for context, the ones I got were Necrozma, base Necrozma, Alolan Executor, Nihilego, Crabominable, and Toxapex. And out of those 5, the only ones that are like decent are Necrozma and Toxapex. No, actually, I wouldn't even call Toxapex decent because Toxapex like can malform super easily. So like I'd say Necrozma is really the only like defendable one of the ones I got, which is crazy work because I feel like of this, because it's sitting cuties, by the way. I don't know if Crabominable gave it away, because who the fuck, what other Crabominable plushes are there? But, like, the sitting, I feel like overall the Sitting Cuties line has done pretty well at keeping the quality relatively high for kind of what the type of plushes they make are. But Gen 7, man, that shit took a nosedive. I really hope that other people got other Pokemon and were more satisfied with them. But for me, for my money, Necrozma's the only one I really like out of this set. Which is a shame too, because I really wanted to like Crabominable more. But the problem is, like, they didn't make it fluffy. And Crabominable has, like, hold on, I need a visual of Crabominable's design here. Because, like, look at Crabominable here. He's supposed to be, like, fluffy, you know? He's supposed to be a fluffy guy. What's up, Sub-Throw? Well, yeah, Crabominable's supposed to be, like, a fluffy guy. And then in his plush, all these, like, fluff bits. Yeah, the Crabman himself. And like all these fluff bits in his plushie here. This is, put it at the center of the screen more. All the fluffies in his plush form, they're like spiky, and it's like you ruined the concept of Crabominable somehow. Like, he's supposed to be a fluffy little Yeti guy and not like spiky Yeti guy. What the heck? So that's my rant about Crabominable. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. It's, what do I have? I don't know that I have the name. Or wait, is it a Razer? I think it's a Razer. A Razer keyboard. So, yeah. That is, my my Crabominable rant about Crabominable. Yeah, every Gen 4. I've done, this has been a recurring segment on the, thing. Well, you can definitely give your opinion, and if it's counter to mine, I'll point and laugh. But this is my tier list. This is my opinion. So, but feel free to say your opinions. I'm not gonna stop you. I can't stop you. That's how the free speech works. So, Glameow. Glameow is one of the Pokemon. I've never liked Celebi. I've never been a huge Celebi fan. I've had some crazy hot takes. Like Infernape's only B. That's probably my hottest take, is that I do not care for Infernape. I just don't like monkeys. Call me Frieza. I didn't know that Pokemon could suck in Pokemon Go. Oh, Celebi sucks in Pokemon Go. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I remember now. I remember the quest line. The Celebi quest line does suck. I thought we had gone to Infernape, and I was like, I didn't know Pokemon were capable of sucking in Pokemon Go. But yes, the quest line for Celebi in Pokemon Go was not fun. Glameow. Nice. Glameow is certainly one of the Pokemon of all time. I don't hate it that bad. I mean, come on, it's like the Galactic. It's the Galactic Pokemon. You know, it's what all the grunts use. There's gotta be like a standard grunt Pokemon, and I think Glameow serves that purpose pretty well. And Perugly does too, you know, it's a freaking tank. That was a scary fight. What, Mars used one, right? I think Mars used one. The Perugly's always a scary mon to go up against. Glameow, however, where did I put Skitty? It's gotta be worse than Skitty and Delcatty. I think they're in B tier somewhere. Where are they? No. That's the duplicate tier. Hold on. Scizor is S plus and Steelix is S. Like that is for the duplicates. I'm not ranking megas, and I'm not ranking like gender differences, because Scizor and Steelix both have gender differences for some reason. I love Scizor and Steelix. Hold on. Let's not get slanderous now. Quagsire. Let's find Quagsire real quick. Quagsire A. Near top of A. Around top. You're a Hypno fan? Okay, fair enough. I like the concept of Hypno. I just wish it was a little, I don't know, it just doesn't appeal to me. And then Glameow. Anyways, I'm getting off track. You're distracting me. Glameow, I'm gonna put nah, it's all good. It's all good. We love a little bit of banner. I'm gonna put it above. I don't even know. We're definitely getting to the point now where everything inside of the middle tiers is getting meaningless. Like, oh yes. I wonder if Glameow is better than Claydol. I sure hope somebody cares about me ranking Glameow slightly higher than Claydol. Truly the experience of all time. And Purugly. I like Purugly as a concept at the very least, you know? It's a big, ugly, spoiled cat that for some reason is also just like a monster to fight. So, it's at least doing that better than Alolan Persian. So, it's gotta at least be higher than Alolan Persian in F tier. I can't believe Alolan Persian is the worst Pokemon right now. That's crazy. Yep, soon. I put B-Barrel in C. I'll put Purugly below B-Barrel. I think that's fair. Because on paper, I like B-Barrel more, but that fuck-ass EX card in TCG Pocket was annoying to get, so fuck you, B-Barrel. B-Barrel. Magma? Which Magmar. Oh, yeah. I just don't like the butt forehead. Not a fan of the butt forehead on Magmar. Chingling, another baby Pokemon. We all know where the baby Pokemons go. They go in the bad tier because I don't understand their point in existence. I guess at the very least it's giving more evolutions to Chimecho, which is a Pokemon that is extremely unmemorable. But if we were gonna give an evolution to Chimecho, why didn't we give it an evolution that goes after Chimecho instead of before Chimecho? Because, you know, like, who cares about Chimecho? Like, we could have given it the Yanmega treatment or the Mismagius treatment. He was there. I have proof. I have the documents on my desk that Hisuian Typhlosion was at the Diddy party. He was there. And Stunky and Skuntank. They sure are skunks. Have they done skunk Pokemon again? I think these are still the only two skunk Pokemon. So that's cool. Again, another good, like, galactic grunt Pokemon to have. There's definitely worse, like, grunt Pokemon that you could give than Stunky and Skuntank. That being said, Stunky's like a B tier, maybe. It's doing... It can go here. It also has a butt face, but I'm willing to give Stunky a pass because it's a skunk, and that makes sense. I have not rated Berserker. I've rated Galarian Meowth, but since Berserker is considered a different Pokemon than just Galarian Persian, it is going to be in Gen 8, which will be in 4 weeks, so mark your calendar. Then, Skuntank. I like the idea of a skunk tank, where like because the tail's where or at least the butt is where the evil stink juices come out of. So naturally, you know, if you point the tail forward over the head, it becomes like a cannon on a tank. So, for that, I guess I will rank it above Dugong, who has but a horn. Yeah, I like that I do like at the very least that Berserker is its own Pokemon. If it was a Persian, I probably would rank it a lot lower than I'm going to rank it. Because, like, yeah, they just have not been cooking on the Galarian/Alolan forms of Meowth. I was honestly kind of shocked they didn't do a Palladian Meowth when Gen 9 dropped. I thought for sure they were just gonna keep doing more Meowths for some reason. I don't know why Meowth is still the only Pokemon with like 2 regional forms. Or I think it's the only Pokemon with 2 regional forms. Bronzor, also known as a Frisbee in hit game Frisbee Forever 2 for iOS devices. I like it. It's like a weird, mysterious, ancient being, and I like those unknowns here. So the question is, do we like the alphabet more, or do we like a Frisbee more? And I think the answer is a Frisbee. I like the Frisbee more than the alphabet. I do ask why. Why do we need a Garchomp regional? I think Garchomp's pretty perfect as is. Then Bronzong. Bronzong is just a big old bell. But he's kind of a cool big old bell. And also he was in my favorite game ever made, Pokepark 2. Where was he in Pokepark? I don't even remember. Oh wait, he was in the cave where Ferrothorn was. It's just the Ferrothorn cave. I know it's probably got like an actual name, but yeah. I see Garchomp stuff all the time. Whenever they do like a Cynthia thing, they always do Garchomp, because Garchomp was like her ace. Like famously her ace. I don't know, I feel like Garchomp still shows up fairly often. He's certainly not like Zard levels of overhyped, but I don't think he needs to be, you know. He shows up when he needs to show up, you know? I like the idea with the regional forms a little bit more of like taking underappreciated Pokemon and giving them something new. Like, yeah, Sableye would be a good Pokemon to give a regional form to, because like Sableye is cool, but he's also like a little underappreciated, you know? Like he could use a little something. I'll put Bronzong. Yeah, I think above Bastiodon's a good spot for Bronzong. Again, I like how just weird and ancient it is. How it feels like an artifact from a bygone era. It's a cool idea for a Pokemon. Then Bonsly. Sharpedo would be a cool regional form. I would love for them to do like a Sharpedo regional form where it's like kind of an elongated missile, more like a torpedo. I mean, Sharpedo's already a torpedo. Like, hold on, let me live research time. Torpedo Ted from hit game Super Mario Brothers. If they did a Sharpedo that looked like Torpedo Ted, just a little bit longer. And then, like, to tie it back into sharks, they could also make it, like, more inspired by a Mako shark, so that's the explanation for why it's a little faster. Because I would imagine it would be faster. And since Makos are the fastest sharks. Now, Bonsly is a baby, which means Bonsly can go in the baby tier. I really should just make a baby tier, because all the babies are going in the same spot. Yeah, Porygon could use a regional, but I really doubt they're going to do anything more with Porygon. I think they're kind of afraid to do anything major with Porygon ever since the what's it called? The anime episode. Because, I mean, I'm sure you know about it. That one episode of the anime that's banned in America, and I think all the other Western parts of the world, because it gave a bunch of Japanese kids seizures. And from what I understand, that's the reason Porygon never really got another episode of the anime, even after they added more evolutions like Porygon 2 and Porygon Z. So that Poor Porygon, you know. It wasn't even Porygon's fault. Like, Pikachu electrocuted the missiles that gave everybody seizures. Free my boy Porygon. Ah, but they already made 3 legendary regionals. What are you talking about? They made Zapdos and Moltres and Articuno and Galar. Which they were really cool legendary regionals, so I messed with them. Mime Jr. Again, why are we giving Mr. Mime a baby? Like, Mr. Mime already can't go within 400 meters of a school, bro. Like, why are we giving Mr. Mime a baby? I'm just kidding. Mr. Mime wasn't at the Diddy party, just Typhlosion. I'd be fine with a new Mew, but I think the appeal of Mewtwo is that there's only one. Like, for me, that's part of the appeal with Mewtwo, is that he's kind of a failed experiment, and that's his big thing. Happiny. Again, why are we giving Chansey a baby? Chansey doesn't need a baby. Chansey already has an egg. Like, why? Yeah, Mew 3. Low-key, we should just skip Mew 3 and make Mew 4. That'd be the funniest way to do it. Chatot. Chatot, hilarious because you can make it say slurs in Gen 4 in the games. This is a really good track. I think this is from Black and White and not Diamond and Pearl. But it is a very good track. Yeah, it's from Black and White. So yeah, you can make Chatot say slurs, which is funny, kind of. Maybe not anymore, but it was funny when the game came out. So it's got that going for it at the very least. Beyond that, it is just kind of a bird with a music note for a head. So I'll put it above. I'll put it above Farfetch'd. Really? You think Articuno Normal sucks? I think Articuno Normal's the only one I like more than the Galarian one. Spiritomb. Let's see. Spiritomb. Spiritomb's really cool because it's like it really feels like a legendary in a weird way. Like, I know Spiritomb's not a legendary, of course, but it feels like it could be a legendary Pokemon. And then Cynthia uses it, and it has no weaknesses, which isn't actually, like, awesome, you know? I mean, not having any weaknesses isn't that good when you're not a good Pokemon. But I digress. That being said, the Spiritomb quest in Legends Arceus was so garbage, and I hated it. So it's going in D tier with Paris, who is also only there because of Legends Arceus. And my follows... Let's see. I'll see here real quick at my follows. Bow, bow, da, da. What am I? Okay, yeah, follows. Oh, thanks for the follow. That's weird. I wonder why my alert didn't play. Huh. Well, thank you for the follow anyways. I'll have to fix the alert. That's so weird. I'm sure it's probably just OBS fucking... I swear. I'm gonna have to, like, deep clean my OBS here in a bit. Oh wait, Trimecho was D tier. Okay, Chingling gets to go down because Trimecho's D tier. Can't have a baby being better than its original. The Garchomp line. So, Gibble. Fair enough. Gibble. Gibble's an anime Pokemon. So it's at least got that going for it. Yeah, that's kind of why Togetic is in D tier, is because like cool, you can get Togekiss, but I'm like Togetic by itself isn't really appealing to me. But Gibble is appealing to me, however, because it was in the anime and it was really funny when Gibble meteor showered Dawn's poor Piplup. that was really funny. That clip that always gets shared around where Dawn's Piplup is like just lost in a cave and Ash is like, okay, Gibble, use Draco Meteor, and the Draco Meteor immediately locates the Piplup lost in a cave. It's hilarious. That's such a good clip. I'm gonna see if I can find it. I'm gonna see that live research real quick. Dawn's Piplup in a cave hit by Gibble. I'll see if that there. Yeah, this ought to be good.
Stop it! So how are we gonna be able to tell who's who?
Oh, this isn't the right clip, but this also works to kind of further my point of it just being funny. Like,
That's your Piplup, Dawn, no doubt.
He just has a Draco Meteor on deck that automatically seeks out the one specific Piplup. Not even every Piplup, just Dawn's, which is hilarious. One of my favorite bits from the anime. And I didn't even like watch the Diamond and Pearl anime that much as a kid, because they would only do reruns of Gen 1 and Gen 2. Reruns of Gen 1 and 2, and then do and then Gen 5 was the one that was airing. Well, let's see. But anyways, Gabite. Gabite is a bit of an awkward middle stage, I can't lie. It's not as awkward as, say, I don't know, Grottle, but it's still pretty awkward. So I'll just throw it above Swablu, I guess. It just doesn't look quite right, you know. It's like a Garchomp that was like left out in the sun for too long and like shrunk and shriveled up a bit. Gabite's just odd. Then Garchomp. I mean, was there ever any doubt? It's Garchomp. Like, everybody knows Cynthia's Garchomp. I haven't even, like, really played Diamond and Pearl, and I know about Cynthia's Garchomp. The thing's a monster. Everybody knows Cynthia's Garchomp. And I forgot her, and even beyond that, Garchomp is just a good Pokemon. Just a good Pokemon to use. What's up? Venom, oh yeah. Venomoth is pure bias because I had one in Pokemon Go, and it was my little buddy that I walked around with for like a year. Venomoth was just always my little buddy. Pure bias, pure nostalgia. But don't care, it's my list. And I like Venomoth for that reason. Munchlax, baby Pokemon, but actually a baby Pokemon I kind of like because at least Munchlax has something going on in its design besides just being small. It's also hungry. Ugh. So it can go with why not in the baby Pokemon tier that doesn't entirely suck. And I think with that, that is every baby Pokemon ranked. So we're finally free. We're free of the babies. For good. And forever. Because I hate them. Riolu. Riolu time. Let's see what we got here. Oh, man. Does any, like, Riolu, because Lucario is a friendship evolution, I feel like Riolu doesn't ever get used by anyone ever because they just walk in a circle with Riolu at the front of their party so that they can instantly get a Lucario. Which, fair enough, I guess, but I don't know. Riolu doesn't feel like it should be a friendship evolution, you know? Like, Crobat feels like a friendship evolution. But Lucario should have just been like a normal evolution, a normal level up evolution. So you could at least kind of use Riolu for a bit. So I guess Riolu can go there for having never been used in the history of ever because you just instantly get Lucario. Lucario, on the other hand, has been used. It's been used a lot. One could say it's been used in everything. One could even say it's been used just as much as Charizard, yet Charizard gets all the shit that Lucario also rightfully deserves. One could even say Lucario is like the worst Pokemon addition to Smash ever. Because, like, Greninja's just everything it wants to be but better. Lucario is still cool though. I fell for the Charizard propaganda, so I'm gonna fall for the Lucario propaganda. Maybe not quite as hard as the Charizard propaganda, but I'll still fall for it a little bit. Can go put him below Lapras. I like his design. I like how he's based off like Anubis, and that's where like the soul reading, aura reading stuff comes from. But man, this dude has a rough history in appearing in other things. Like this is Smash is just not a good showcase for Lucario. He needs a moveset update like yesterday. Alright. Well, it was good chatting with you. I'm glad you stopped by, and thanks again for the follow. So long. Have a good rest of your night. Hippopotas. Hippopotas is... I mean... Hippopotas surely is one of the Pokemon ever. Man, Gen 4 just has a lot of one of the Pokemon of all times, huh? I like it though. I like its camouflage back, I guess. It's alright. It's alright. I mean, it's just kind of a tiny hippopotamus. So I guess it could go with the tiny camel, and that works. That checks out. And then Hippowdon. Hippowdon, look, I'm not normally like a 2D versus 3D Pokemon guy. I think Pokemon can work in 3D just fine. It's just that Game Freak it kind of coincides. Pokemon went 3D. When Pokemon went 3D, it just so happens that Pokemon also went on yearly releases, which is why the 3D Pokemon games maybe have bigger issues than some of the 2D ones. But that being said, Hippowdon, I think, is the only real victim of 3Dification. Because, hold on, let's take a look at this sprite real quick. Hippowdon 2D sprite. Like, let's be so for real. There's so much more aura in the sand coming out of the holes and being buried than just like this. You know? It really is just unfortunate. I really like the idea though. Again, kind of like how Garchomp's a land shark that swims through the land and also the air because it's also a fighter jet. Hippowdon is like a land hippo that drenches itself in sand instead of water like real hippos do, which is a cool concept. And then the burying in the sand sprite is really good. It's a really good sprite. So I'm gonna bump it up to Hat's Totodile. I think that's a good spot for it. And Scorpy, small little scorpion boy that also kind of looks like an accordion. I like him. He's cute. I'll put him with Spinnerack. I like Scorpy's vibes more than Spinnerack's though. I'll put him above Spinnerack. Then Drapion. I really like Drapion. Drapion's one of those Pokemon that gets like a lot of hate for no reason. I really like it. You know, it's big and it looks like an accordion and it's an ogre-faced scorpion. It's cool. I like that concept a lot. And Poison Ground is just a good type, you know? It's a Nidoking type. And Nidoking is a solid Pokemon. I'm actually gonna put it up here. Put it right there. Now, Croagunk. And Croagunk. Okay, Croagunk is an S+. Croagunk is absolutely an S+. I love Brock's Croagunk in the anime. It is absolutely hilarious to me. How, like, I don't know why it is that it took them 4 seasons to think of an idea for Brock. Besides just he hits on women. Now he hits on women and he also gets poisoned for hitting on women. But Croagunk makes that potentially annoying trope really funny. So I like Croagunk for that. Toxicroak in comparison is a little worse. He has a mustache, which is kind of odd. He has like a diaper thing. I mean, I know it's not actually a diaper. It's probably some like fighting thing or whatever. But like, hold on, that's not how you spell Toxicroak. Like right there, right here. I don't know what they were cooking with that, but it's a weird design element, and I'm not a fan of it. So I'm gonna put him at B tier because of it. Actually, I'll bump him up to A. I like Toxicroak. He's cool. Not high up in A, mind you, but A. Now, Carnivine. Carnivine, much like Victory Bell, follows the James principle follows the principle of just trying to eat James, which is funny. So I don't think he does it as funnily as Victory Bell, because Victory Bell like straight up screams. I don't know why they made Victory Bell just scream in the anime, but they sure did. Carnivine, on the other hand, I'm pretty sure Carnivine just says his name. So I'm gonna put him like... I'm gonna put him down here below Drapion, actually, yeah. Actually, I'm looking at the A tier. I think he fits more down here. I think this is more his speed. Is the A tier. Yeah, like right there. So, Carnivine. And then Finian and Luminian. Everybody calls them super forgettable. And they were even like considered the most forgettable Pokemon for a long time. But in a strange twist of fate, by being the most forgettable Pokemon, they have been remembered. Strange twist of fate. But hey, that's just the way the cookie crumbles, right? That's just the way it goes. So, for Luminian and Finian, I'm gonna give them, or Finian and Luminian, I'm gonna give them a good old, where's some good old fish I could compare them to? Fish. I think they're better than Lantern, that's for sure. I'm gonna put Finian right after Girafarig, and I'm gonna put Luminian a little higher, because I like Luminian a little bit more. Crazy how that works, it's almost like I'm doing a tier list. I'm gonna put it above Barboach. There we go. They're alright. I don't mind them. I don't hate them. I don't mind them. They're alright. Mantike, baby alert. We hate babies. I hate babies. Again, just shouldn't exist. Don't understand the point. So with Mantike, that's gotta be the last baby, for sure. For sure, that's gotta be the last baby. I'm looking through, I think that's it. I think they stopped adding babies after Gen 4. Thank God. Snover's alright. I like the concept. He's a little snow tree. A silly little snow guy. A tier for silly little snow guy. Cause I don't know, he can be with this other silly little snow guy. Sandshrew. Forgot his name for a minute. Then Obama, as many a person on the internet in like 2008 called him. Well, maybe not 2008, maybe like 2012. Obama Snow, really cool concept, but man, that typing is horrendous. And I don't think the coolness can like overcome it, unlike with Scizor. The typing just, that's a rough typing for old purple Obama Snow. I'm gonna put him like down here. He can be the new barrier of entry for A+ is old Obama Snow. Well, actually, no, I don't think that's fair. I think Obama Snow could go up here somewhere, like here. Yeah, I like Obama Snow, but eesh, that typing. Weavile. Okay, here's the big stretch of added evolutions. Everybody lock in on these added evolutions. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna try and lightning round through these added evolutions real quick. Weavile, good. Sneasel needed an evolution. Weavile is a perfectly good evolution. Cool in Pokken Tournament. A tier. We're in A tier. Okay, lightning round's already failing. Come on. I just need to I just need to go with my heart. I just need to go with my heart, and my heart is saying place it above Cubone. Magnetone. Terrible. It's a really cool Pokemon, and I like its design a lot, but being an evolution of Magneton holds it back a lot. Because Magneton did not need an evolution at all. Above you all. Licky. Lickitung needed an evolution. Licky just looks like garbage. It's gotta be below Lickitung, so I'll put it in here. Rhyperior. Contrary to popular belief, I believe Rhyperior looks cool. I like Rhyperior's design. Rhydon did not need an evolution though, so it's gonna go below Rhydon because Rhydon really did not need to have an evolution. It was fine as is. And it also took away Rhydon's ears, which made it look like Baragon, so that's unfortunate. Tangrowth. Tangela really needed an evolution. I'm glad they made one that looks pretty decent. Pretty decent. Where's Tangela? I've lost Tangela. I actually have lost Tangela. Where the hell is Tangela, bro? Is Tangela at 8+? Yeah, surely not. Certainly not. Oh, there's Tangela. I found Tangela! Tangrowth goes above because Tangrowth looks cooler to me. I like it a little more. So I'm gonna put it in right there. Electivire. One of the best new evolutions they added. I love Electivire. Electabuzz needed an evolution, and Electivire delivers everything I wanted it to. Electivire's super, super dope. Love it. Magmortar. Magmar needed an evolution, and it needed one that didn't have a butt forehead, and Magmortar delivered. The lips are a little much, I will say. So I'll stick it in A. Below Sandslash. But Magmortar is a pretty good evolution. Togekiss. Togetic really needed an evolution, and Togekiss delivers on that fantastically. A+ for sure. Above Spheal. No, below Spheal. Spheal better. Yanmega. Yanma really needed an evolution. Yanmega's satisfied. I really like it. Could have been the dragon type though. I think I speak for really only myself when I say I would have preferred it to be dragon rather than flying. I think Dragon Bug would have worked really well, since Yanmega is supposed to be like an even bigger, deadlier, faster dragonfly. You know what I mean? Leafeon, another. Oh, 2 more evolutions. Gen 4 has my favorite evolutions for sure. Both of them are going in S. Leafeon is my personal favorite evolution, which will take it to above Muck. Glaceon is my second favorite evolution. I lost Glaceon. Glaceon's my second favorite evolution, which will take it to above Muck. Gliscor. Gligar really could use an evolution. Gliscor delivers. A+. He's really, really cool. Cool enough to beat Aerodactyl. Mamoswine. Cool dude. He's always been weird to me. I kind of wish they had kept the eyes covered. That was like one of the more defining features of Swinub and Piloswine, is that their eyes were covered. That being said, he's still decent. I think he's just worse than the other two, so I'm gonna put him like down here, below Wailmer. Porygon Z. Porygon 2 I think was a good enough evolution, but Porygon Z I like the idea that it's like a virus. That's cool. That's kind of just it with Porygon Z. It's gonna go up here, maybe down here, maybe down here. Maybe there, next to Growlithe, above Growlithe, below Growlithe. Gallade. Gallade was unnecessary, and I don't like it a lot. It's alright still, it's like a B tier. I don't really care for it that much, and The weird, like, bottom doesn't help. Like, why is it shaped like that? Why is it like a bell? I don't know. It's weird. And Gardevoir, I don't know why they decided to do a split evolution with the Gardevoir line. Gallade doesn't look like it should have come from Kirlia. I think they should have just done a whole new line that was like Gardevoir adjacent, but that's just me. And then Probopass. Probopass. How do I approach this? I'm just gonna say that fucking Instagram account that I hate, not the one I already referenced, but a different one, and call it a day. I don't mind Probopass. I think it's a cool evolution on Nosepass's concept. Where did I put Nosepass? Up here in A+. No, Probopass isn't that cool. Let's calm down, you know? Let's chill out a little bit. Like there. Probopass definitely gets a lot of hate, and I can partially see some of it. But I think it's fine. And also there's a lot of Instagram accounts that use Probopass as like, I don't know, I don't want to talk about it, I don't like getting political. Just be wary of Instagram accounts that are specifically and intentionally hating on Probopass. Be wary of those guys. They're a little odd. Odd fellows. Dusknoir. Dusclops didn't need an evolution, but Dusknoir says, I don't care, and justifies it anyways. Dusknoir's awesome. He's like a portal to hell in his stomach. That is just cool. Like, that is just cool. I'll put him up here. Right up there. You know what? Garchomp's going higher than Metagross. I don't care. Garchomp deserves it. Garchomp deserves the top 10 spot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh. Who is going to end up in my top 10? Because I know Metagross is going to get knocked out. At least. I don't know if there's any other Pokemon that are going to knock any of the top 10 out. There might be. Beedrill is insane. God, not gonna lie. But I also really like Beedrill, so. Frostlass. I think Frostlass is gonna knock Metagross out. I really love Frostlass. I'm gonna put Frostlass there. I really love Frostlass. Frostlass is such a cool idea. It's actually doing a Yukiana well, which, spoiler alert, Jinx was supposed to be a Yukiana, except Jinx sucks, and I hate Jinx. So, and Frostlass does that concept so much better. And beyond that, it's so cool. My only complaint about Frostlass is that, like, it doesn't feel like it should evolve from Snorunt. But don't care, Frostlass is cool. Then, Rotom. You ever wanted a Pokemon to just be an appliance? What the fuck am I listening to right now? Freezing contain. Just like, I'm just playing a fucking Tetris game. What is going on? Rotom is super cool and awesome, and I like him a lot. You know, hey, I like the concept of a Pokemon that can become different types by possessing different appliances and training out the ghost type for the type that is associated with that appliance. That's a cool idea. And Rotom's cool. I like him. He's a little poltergeist guy. If there's one thing I have to say, I miss when Rotom was like a rare Pokemon. Now everybody has a Rotom, you know? There's a Rotom in their phones. They all on their Rotoms. and it just kind of makes it feel less special. But also, I like the concept that Rotom has become more and more prevalent as a part of our lives as technology has grown. That's a good idea. It's a good idea for a Pokemans. So I'm gonna do the dude and put him above Grimer. Yeah. Now, Uxie, Azelf, and Mesprit. Hold on, I think Uxie is the yellow one, Mesprit's the pink one, and Azelf's the blue one. That is what I'm going to be going off of, and if I'm wrong, then don't care. Because these guys are just kind of like the Mews again, except, I don't know, I've never vibed with the Lake Spirit designs. They just look odd to me. They just look odd. I'm gonna put them in D tier. I've never liked the Lake Spirits designs. Never, ever, ever. Of them, I think Mesprit's clearly like the best one. As a matter of fact, I'm willing to break Mesprit into C tier to be above Celebi. The other two, I don't care for though. Especially Uxie. Uxie's my least favorite. I've decided the closed eyes just don't work. Dialga. Dialga. Cool concept, and this is gonna affect my rankings for Palkia and Giratina as well. Or Palkia and Arceus as well, no. You know what, never mind. I'll save it for Arceus. Dialga's decent. As far as like the idea of a time dragon goes, I think it makes that idea come across relatively well. I think a big problem with all of the Gen 4 with like the main 4 Gen 4 legendaries excluding Giratina, is that they are a tad over-designed. So I'm gonna drop it. I'm gonna drop it like down here, top of B. And then Palkia is just weird. It's just weird. Why is its face so small? Why is it shaped like this? I don't know, Palkia is just odd. Like, if I'm forced to choose between the two of these, it's definitely gonna be Dialga. Thankfully I'm not, because Platinum exists. But, it's just odd. I'm gonna put it... I'm actually gonna drop it low. I'm gonna drop it kind of low because it just, I'm looking at it, it looks weird. And not in a good way, you know? Like, some things look weird in a good way, you know? But not Palkia. Palkia just looks weird in a weird way. Heatran. Why is Heatran legendary? Can any one person answer to me why the hell Heatran is legendary? Because I really just don't understand it. I just don't. It's like a little frog that lives in the magma lair. And that's a decent enough concept, I guess, but just making it legendary just completely ruins the Pokemon for me, because it's like, now I expect more. And it does not deliver more at all, period. Like, at least the Lake Spirits represent, like, emotion and stuff. What does Heatran represent? That it's hot? Okay, Groudon did it better, bro. Groudon did it before you and did it better. I'm gonna put it, like, I'm gonna drop it below Stantler. Yeah. Regigigas. another Reggie to add to the collection. And I love the Reggies, so naturally I love Regigigas. I'd say right there. For the longest time, Regigigas was my favorite Reggie, until Cunty Regirock with a handbag made me just really like Regirock. But Regigigas still holds a special place in my heart. And I like the concept of it, like moving continents and stuff. That's a good idea. For like a golem type creature. So, yep. And then Slow Start's a good move. Like, obviously Slow Start fucking sucks to play with, but as like a textual gameplay, ludonarrative, whatever, it's cool that Regigigas has it. Yeah. That's really all I have to say about good old Regigigas. He's cool. And Giratina. Giratina is like the only Pokemon, or the only one of the main four that I don't feel is like stupidly over-designed. Also it's Ghost type therefore, so I'm gonna rank it really high. But it feels legendary and it feels designed enough, but it also doesn't have too many like stupid lines. I think that's the thing. Palkia and Dialga just have a lot of lines. Too many lines. And Giratina's lines feel less stupid. So I'm gonna give it a good old S. Good old, a respectable S tier. Above Bayonet. You know? Giratina is cool. I was gonna say something else and I lost my train of thought. Oh well. Cresselia is odd to me because like Cresselia is obviously meant to be like the counter type to Darkrai, you know? It's supposed to be like the mirror image. But I wish they just made it look more like Darkrai. And by that I mean make it like kind of a flowy being of light, you know? Maybe make it more womanly than Darkrai. But no, it's just this weird, like, duck. This weird moon duck thing. So I don't know what they were cooking with the design, but I definitely don't want what they're feeding me. I'll put it below these guys. Actually, I'm gonna put it below these guys. Put it below these guys. Yeah. And Fione. Fione's another one where it's like, what are we doing? Why is this a legendary Pokemon? You know? You literally have, like, the legendary version of it with Manaphy. Why do we need Fione? It just feels pointless. It's much like Heatran in that regard. Where did I put Heatran? I thought I put it in C tier. Am I tripping, bro? I've lost Heatran. I've actually unironically lost Heatran. Oh, it's really low in C. I think Fione deserves a little more leeway. I'll put it above Azurill. Manaphy. Tail Glow Manaphy. Need I say more? I will though. I like Manaphy a lot more than Fione. It actually feels like a legendary Pokemon more. I think Manaphy is actually like the Mew type Pokemon. I think I was lying when I said it was the Lake Trio. So I'm gonna put Manaphy. It's definitely better than Jirachi, and it's definitely better than Celebi. It's not better than Mew, so I'm gonna put it like Put it like there. I think that's a good spot for Manaphy. Darkrai, best legendary they introduced this generation. Still my favorite legendary to this day. Don't even care. Don't even care. Call me edgy. Call me edgy. I don't care. I don't care. I love Darkrai. Best legendary they've ever introduced. And yes, I know Darkrai's mythical. Guys, did you know that Darkrai is a mythical Pokemon? And mythical is a separate classification than legendary. Guys, did you know that? Don't care! It's legendary. I'm not gonna not say legendary, bro. I'm just not. It's legendary. Shaman! Sure is a hedgehog. Shaman flying form really should have just been a flying type evolution. Don't know why it wasn't. You know, really you just like take out the green bits that relate it back to Shaman and add in like some evolution flair, like the little collar that a lot of them share, or like the tail, the longer tail. It would just be an evolution, and that's what it should have been in the first place. But anyways, Shaman's just like a weird Pokemon. Again, why is this legendary exactly? I mean, I'm sure it probably has more reason than Heatran and Fion, so I'm gonna bump it up here. And also it's cute, so it's just odd. It's just odd. It's just a little grassy hedgehog creature thing. Finally, Arceus, the last Pokemon of the generation, and presents me with an interesting question. How do I rank God? Well, the answer to that is I don't rank God very highly, because I'm gonna be so for real, I don't care for the concept of Arceus. I just don't. I don't like the idea of that a Pokemon is like the all-powerful Pokemon being of the universe, whatever. I liked when the legendary Pokemon, you know, I don't mind them being more powerful and like legendary, you know. I like Rayquaza. I love Rayquaza. I like Kyogre and Groudon. I don't even mind Dialga Palkia, even though they definitely kind of fall into this trap a little. I like Reshiram and Zekrom. I like Yveltal and Xerneas. I like Zygarde. The problem with Arceus, specifically Arceus, is by making one Pokemon this all-powerful, all-knowing thing that is the creator of all, it feels like no matter whatever you were gonna do Arceus, after Arceus is a step down, which it was, and it also just like, I've just never really liked Arceus as a concept. I just really haven't. Pokemon should have left the religious theming to Megaton. Leave it to Atlas, bro. They know what they're doing. So, in an absolutely crazy twist of fate, Arceus is going in D tier. I don't like Arceus. Probably the hottest take in this ranking. It's probably going to stay the hottest take in this ranking. But I just do not care for, like, the concept of Arceus. I just don't. It feels out of place in Pokemon. It still does to this day. Even after Gen 5 with what did Gen 5 have? What was, like, the god Pokemon in Gen 5? I guess Kyurem? Yeah, Kyurem was a massive step down. Even after Kyurem, even after, like, the life and death trio with Xerneas, Yveltal, and Zygarde. Even after like alternate dimension Ultra Beast things like Necrozma. Even after Eternatus, which is like god level, I guess. It's at least Rayquaza level. Even with Rayquaza having existed before Arceus just feels out of place, and I'm not a fan of it. And I think Dialga and Palkia could have probably worked by themselves without Arceus, and I'd be fine with them, but tying them so directly to Arceus just makes me like them a little worse. So, there it is, though. There is every Gen 4 Pokemon ranked. There you have it. I'm not going to promise any future streams because we all by now we all know how that goes. They're either it's a 50% chance they either happen or they don't. So there you go. Tune in next week for Gen 5. Gen 5 is the one gen I am simultaneously looking forward to a lot and dreading a whole lot more. Because holy shit, there's 156 Pokemon in Gen 5. And as much as I love Gen 5, having grown up on it, Gen 5 definitely has its fair share of misses. But yeah, I think that's about all I have for tonight. So, later, Gators.